私のお墓の前で泣かないでください。そこに私はいません。眠ってなんかいません。その風にその風になってあの大きな空を浮き渡っています。秋には光になって畑に降り注ぐ。冬はダイヤのようにきらめく木なる。朝は鳥になってあなたを目覚めさせる。夜は星になってあなたを見守る。私のお墓の前で泣かないでください。そこに私はいません。死んでなんかいません。その風にその風になってあの大きな空を浮き渡っています。その風にその風になってあの大きな空を浮き渡っています。あの大きな空を浮き渡っています。私のお墓の前で泣かないでください。そこに私はいません。眠ってなんかいません。その風にその風になってあの大きな空を浮き渡っています。秋には光にな に降り注ぐ冬はダイヤのようにきらめくきなぐ朝は鳥になってあなたを目覚めさせる夜は星になってあなたを見守る私のお墓の前で泣かないでくださいそこに私はいません死んでなんかいません千の風に千の風になってあの大きな空を浮き渡っています千の風に千の風になってあの大きな空を浮き渡っていますあの大きな空を浮き渡っています私のお墓の前で泣かないでくださいそこに私はいません眠ってなんかいません千の風に千の風になってあの大きな空を浮き渡っています秋には光になって畑に降り注ぐ冬はダイヤのようにきらめくきなぐ朝は鳥になってあなたを目覚めさせる夜は星になってあなたを見守る私のお墓の前で泣かないでください そこに私はいません。死んでなんかいません。千の風に千の風になってあの大きな空を浮き渡っています。千の風に千の風になってあの大きな空を浮き渡っています。あの大きな空を浮き渡っています。私のお墓の前で泣かないでください。そこに私はいません。眠ってなんかいません。千の風に千の風になってあの大きな空を浮き渡っています。秋には光になって畑に降り注ぐ。冬はダイヤのようにきらめく木なる。朝は鳥になってあなたを目覚めさせる。夜は星になってあなたを見守る。私のお墓の前で泣かないでください。そこに私はいません。死んでなんかいません。千の風に千の風になってあの大きな空を浮き渡っています。千の風に千の風になってあの大きな空を浮き渡っています。あの大きな 空を吹き渡っています。
Hello. Okay. One second. Good morning, everybody. Thank you very much for attending today's Autumn Memorial Grand Ceremony of霊德祭. Today, I'm doing something a little different. I'm trying to do 3 different platforms all at the same time. It's my first time doing. I don't know how it will work, but I figured let's give it a shot. Unfortunately, if you're watching on Instagram, you can't see my face unless I do this. Hi. So I'm alive, and I have to tell you, the picture comes out so much better on Instagram. I don't know why. But anyway, so that's what we're doing today. We are actually, I'm actually going to try doing 3 different platforms. If this works, I think it'll be a great thing. But I just wanted to try that out for today's service as well. Thank you to all of you who have submitted names for today's ceremony. Hold on one second. Sorry, my phone's going to drop. Sorry. So phone for the Instagram. So today, as all you know, is our longest and the very sorry, internet's not quite the best. I don't do so. I'm making it's so today's memorial service with a prayer of sincere Toritsugi. Haide. Prayer of sincere Toritsugi. I am a Konko Kyo believer. I believe in Ikigami Konko Daijin, Tenchi Kana no Kami. I have come today to practice my faith, appreciate and acknowledge the blessings, favors, and interventions of Tenchi Kana no Kami. Honor the ancestors, and learn more about the faith of Konko Daijin. So I learn more about the heart of Tenchi Kana no Kami. I nurture the faith of my spiritual family. Thus, I boldly confess that my mind is alert, my heart is receptive, and I will never be the same as long as I practice the faith and receive Toritsugi. Kigami Konko Daijin sama Tenchi Kana no Kami sama. Thank you. Haide. Let's begin. Chido Haide, 4 sincere claps. Chido Keide, please bow your heads in prayer. 慎みて、ひがみ金光大臣の御前に間を割く。今より、霊徳大祭を執り行わんとす。教祖金光大臣をはじめ、歴代金光様、金光教大阪教会、一広教会、玉水親教会、和平和教会、各教会、初代教会長、歴代教会長の恩徳をすがり申し、今日の御祭を使え祭らんとす。捧げ行わん礼儀記憶5日に、諸神祭る信奉者もろもろ、この者も身を正し、心新たにただかしめたまえと、安取り次ごいねぎ祭りて、かしこみもまおす。ひがみ金光大臣、I seek your Toritsugi for today's service. Today, we conduct the autumn memorial grand ceremony for the deceased. As someone without virtue, I seek to receive and cling to the virtue of Konko Daijin, the succeeding Konko Samas, as well as the founding and past head ministers of the Konko churches of Osaka, Michihiro, Tamamizu, and Wahiawa for today's service. Today, the believers and I come together with our hearts, bodies, and minds refreshed, purified, and ready for today's service. Thank you. Now, please raise your heads. Amatsu no rito. Takaman no hara ni kamuzumarimasu. Kamurogi kamuromi no mikoto mochite. Sumemi oya kamuizanagi no mikoto. Tsukushi no hyuga no tachibana no odo no wawagi hara ni misogi harai tamau toki ni aremaseru harai no kami tachi moro moro no magagoto tsumi kegare o harai tamai kiyome tammo えと申すことのよしよ。あまつ神、国つ神、やおよろずの神たちともに、アメンの淵こまの耳振り立てて、聞こしめせとかしこみも申す。一度敬礼、please bow your heads in prayer. 剣幕も綾にかしこみ、天地金の神のお広前、天地金の日上金光大臣の見前に、金光教サンディエゴ教会長、かしこみもまおさ、かしこかれど、がおやがみのおみのりはし、天地の極み道渡らせたまい、生き通し、けるもの皆を育み尽くしみたまいて、あるが中に、日上金光大臣取り次ぎの藩にわざはし、写しを隠りよの隔てなく、藩恵みに恵み、藩先はえに先はえたまいて、世の御霊は義士にの境なく、わにやすかすく立ちゆく、大御影をホームに祭りてやるは、どうも賢くかたじけなき、神になん。On this warm yet beautiful September morning, here at the Kongguo Church of San Diego, your beloved children have gathered together to share our love, sincerity, and appreciation to you for the blessings, favors, and interventions we receive daily. Thank you very much for the favors you have showered upon each of the Ujiko of the San Diego Church, North County San Diego Gathering, and the Harugata Nikosha. Many of us continue to receive your okage from our jobs, health, and the greatest okage of all, life. This morning, we, your beloved children, have also gathered today for the annual Autumn and Memorial Grand Ceremony, where we offer our hearts of love, appreciation, and sincerity to the departed. With each family name, individual name, as well as the name of a church, we remember and reflect on how those individuals have impacted our lives. We offer our hearts of appreciation to you for their lives, which is our foundation. We ask that you guide all spirits to receive Ikiyami Kongko Daijin's Toritsuki. Please shower them with your love and virtue. Advance their aura, elevate their virtues, and give them the power and the strength so that they may do your goyo of watching, protecting, guiding, and assisting not only their descendants, but also those who call upon them. As this prayer comes to an end, we will move to the Mitama altar, or the altar of the deceased, to begin the autumn memorial grand ceremony. With hearts as one, we shall give appreciation to those who have come before us, as well as honor and appreciate the foundation of our lives, faith, nations, and countries. We pray that the blessings and favor of today's service is granted and received by all here today and those who could not be with us. Me ke aloha pumehana, mahalo anui e, our beloved Ikiyami Kongko Daijin, Tenchi Kanu. Now, please raise your heads. Chido tomoni haire. 4 sincere claps along with the head officiant. Please open your prayer books to page 29 for Shintoku Sanji. Aogi matsureba ten takaku. Aogi matsureba ten takaku orogami. Matsureba chiwa watsushi kami no megumi ni ikasaru mi no saiwai zo arigataki. Waga ikigami no ontori tsugi hito himo. たくる時のなく天地の神の御守りとき近きの隔てなし神に尽くしみはよろずよに山ねく道で果てしなく感計らいは薄しくて人の思いぞ及ばざる我ら今月今日いやび祭りてひたすらに神の御影をたたえ祭らん神の比例を仰ぎ祭らんHaide, 4 sincere claps. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm not sure what happened. I'm very sorry. Before I begin the Norito to the Mitama spirits and the calling out of their names, I'd like to take this time to ask all of you. This is the longest part of our service where we do call out each and every name of the spirits that are associated, that have been given to me. And I take this role very seriously. But during this time period, I would like all of you, when name that's familiar to hear a name that just kind of brings you joy, a name that you recognize, I want you to think about that person. I want you to take this seriously and think about this individual. And I want you to say a tiny prayer of appreciation to them. This is something that I always did at the Honolulu Church. When Reverend Koichi Konko read off names, I would reflect and I would remember these people. So please take this opportunity to just reflect on these people, show your love and your appreciation to them. And for those of you on Instagram, I'm really trying. This is my first time using this, so I'm gonna just move my phone separately because apparently my phone was heating up. I'm not sure why. So, and we will begin. So, okay, please bow your heads in prayer. 俺の御霊殿に合わせ沈めます。今しものりの間に間に名をたたえます。俺の教会に祀ろえる信奉者、教徒、信徒、もろもろが持ちつく大津親の御霊、およの親たちの御霊、からやからもろもろの御霊の神たち、本校教サンディエゴ教会にご信玄なる家の御霊の神たち、関係教会、関係にあるご霊人の前に、本校教サンディエゴ教会長、罪や舞も魔王さん。Before the altar of the deceased, much love, sincerity, and respect. I call out the names of our beloveds, our friends, acquaintances, and those who are the foundation of our faiths, lives, countries, nations, and society. Honko Kyo Honbu Hiromaeをはじめ、大阪教会、一広教会、玉水親教会、銀座教会、高槻南教会、高立百合教会、福崎教会のご霊前に沈めつき祭るご霊人様に御礼申し上げて祭ります。安取家先祖代々の御霊の神、川手家先祖代々の御霊の神、西本家先祖代々の御霊の神、川沢家先祖代々の御霊の神、本校家先祖代々の御霊の神、 安倍家先祖代々の御霊の神、古川家先祖代々の御霊の神、藤井家先祖代々の御霊の神に厚き御礼申し上げ立て祭ります。To the birth parents of 本校大臣、Father、神取十平、君の御霊の神、Mother、神取下姫の御霊の神、Adoptive parents of 本校大臣、Father、川手久米次郎の御霊の神、Mother、川手岩の御霊の神、神取年次牛の御霊の神、神取豊の御霊の神、神取貞栄の御霊の神、神取健三郎の御霊の神、Wife of 本校大臣、教祖本校大臣夫人、本校都政一子大明る姫の御霊の神、世間本校様、本校詩人貫之の君の御霊の神、世間本校様 wife、本校清姫の御霊の神、third 本校様、本校節種の君の御霊の神、third 本校様 wives、本校式子の御霊の神、本校菊代姫の御霊の神、third 本校様さん、本校神聖牛の御霊の神、fourth 本校様、本校鏡太郎の君の御霊の神、fourth 本校様 wife、本校田鉾姫の御霊の神、fifth 本校様さん、本校秋信大井らつ子の御霊の神。ありがとう。白神家先祖代々の御霊の神、稲垣家先祖代々の御霊の神、湯川家先祖代々の御霊の神、今岡家先祖代々の御霊の神、牛尾家先祖代々の御霊の神に御礼申し上げ立て祭ります。本校教大阪教会初代白神伊谷広間道分の御事の御霊の神、二代教会長白神道置伊谷高根の君の御霊の神、本校教道広教会初代稲垣貞七入士豊置牛の御霊の神、土井家、牧野家、高橋家、Hand family、Dennis family、Petit's family、ブスケ family、Bivens family、中尾家、八田家、渋谷家先祖代々の御霊の神、厚く御礼申し上げ立て祭ります。本校教玉水教会初代湯川安太郎三牛道照三柱牛の御霊の神、初代夫人湯川秀沖たらし道照姫の御霊の神、二代教会長湯川茂牛の御霊の神、二代教会長夫人湯川文雄姫の御霊の神、三代教会長湯川安尾牛の御霊の神、三代教会長夫人湯川真理子姫の御霊の神、本校教銀座教会初代湯川誠一の御霊の神、初代夫人湯川津屋姫の御霊の神、二代教会長湯川信直牛の御霊の神、二代教会長夫人湯川千代姫の御霊の神、本校教中立売教会今岡元子姫の御霊の神、本校教福崎教会初代牛尾広美道分け真柱牛の御霊の神、二代教会長牛尾小春照玉道森姫の御霊の神、三代教会長牛尾広直牛の御霊の神、湯川安兵衛の御霊の神、湯川佐藤の御霊の神、湯川若之助の御霊の神、湯川真澄の御霊の神、湯川太郎の御霊の神、湯川信直政の御霊の神、ジェームズ・ハンドの御霊の神、ミルドレッド・ハンドの御霊の神、ありがとうございます。神殿の祈りを込め、サンディエゴの地に道を伝え、神様のご比例が遠く高く輝くため、勘取り次の技を務め、この本校教サンディエゴ教会の御霊やを潮の住みかと沈め祭る、本校教サンディエゴ教会初代湯川のりかずしの御霊の神、月御礼申し上げ立て祭ります。本堂家先祖代々の御霊の神、 畑先祖代々の御霊の神、福田家先祖代々の御霊の神、松井家先祖代々の御霊の神、トロサ家先祖代々の御霊の神、矢野家先祖代々の御霊の神、金光教南波教会初代、今度逸垣藤森秋高の君の御霊の神、初代夫人、今度馬氏真心玉つゆ姫の御霊の神、金光教東京教会初代、畑徳三郎東の道分け牛の御霊の神、二大教会長畑はじめ牛の御霊の神、三大教会長畑清牛の御霊の神、三大教会長夫人畑久美子姫の御霊の神、金光教サンフランシスコ教会初代福田義明君の御霊の神、二大教会長福田信仰姫の御霊の神、三大教会長松井文雄牛の御霊の神、三大教会長夫人松井文子姫の御霊の神、熱き御礼申し上げ立てまつります。初めてサンディエゴの地に木神金光大臣の見教えを広げ、サンディエゴ布教の原点として人の心を救い、金光教に導き、サンディエゴの布教功労者である八重克美牛の御霊の神、ありがとうございます。We also honor those who helped to share the faith here in San Diego and protect the flame of faith that was started by Dr. and Mrs. Niyai. サンディエゴの布教功労者、坂東光弘の御霊の神、Richard Dick Robert Spees、兜沖縄の御霊の神、Spees、君を見光、道の子を追うなの御霊の神、ありがとうございます。バンクーバー教会のご霊前に沈めつき祭るご霊人様に御礼申し上げ立て祭ります。橋本家先祖代々の御霊の神、吉田家先祖代々の御霊の神、森下家先祖代々の御霊の神、夏御礼申し上げ立てます。ホノルル教会、小倉教会、笠岡教会、紀伊教会、高崎教会、六条院教会、広教会、旧大連教会、岡山中部教会、檜山教会、八木教会のご霊前に沈みつき祭るご霊人様に御礼申し上げ立て祭ります。山家先祖代々の御霊の神、桂家先祖代々の御霊の神、斎藤家先祖代々の御霊の神、茨城家先祖代々の御霊の神、佐藤家先祖代々の御霊の神、高橋家先祖代々の御霊の神、山中家先祖代々の御霊の神、長井家先祖代々の御霊の神、松山家先祖代々の御霊の神、矢野家先祖代々の御霊の神、松岡家先祖代々の御霊の神、八木家先祖代々の御霊の神に初御礼申し上げています。玉正幸道分け真心牛の御霊の神、玉菊江姫の御霊の神、茨城久の真心玉葉江姫の御霊の神、牛の正彦いつ真心伊佐尾根牛の御霊の神、佐藤広俊牛の御霊の神、桂松平伊豆道立つくちね牛の御霊の神、今日も桂光真心愛心姫の御霊の神、桂末子姫の御霊の神、笠岡金光大臣伊豆竹の御事の御霊の神、斎藤義一馬氏正彦の御霊の神、本省大明神様、西田義房の御霊の神、西田富士の御霊の神、長井牧雄の御霊の神、松山成光を牛の御霊の神、松山一姫の御霊の神、 安武光子、右これ花姫の御霊の神、ありがとうございます。サンディエゴ教会、シャトル教会、旧タコマ教会、フレズノ教会、サンノゼ教会、ガーデナ教会、ランキャスタ教会、ロサンゼルス教会、ウィッティアローセル教会、マキ教会、東畑教会、深岩教会、シワ教会、安倍野教会、浜田教会、村上教会、本校教ニューヨーク、ニュージャージー州会、旧ラズ教会、本校教北サンディエゴカウンティ州会、春型に校舎、それぞれの関係にある教会、集会のご霊前に、静霊次祭るご霊人様に御礼申し上げて祭ります。出島家先祖代々の御霊の神、大坪家先祖代々の御霊の神、湯浅家先祖代々の御霊の神、岡崎家先祖代々の御霊の神、石渡家先祖代々の御霊の神、山田家先祖代々の御霊の神、後藤家先祖代々の御霊の神、武田家先祖代々の御霊の神、大田家先祖代々の御霊の神、井川家先祖代々の御霊の神、池川家先祖代々の御霊の神、松本家先祖代々の御霊の神、サンチェスファミリー、ランデロスファミリー、フォンファミリー、キングファミリー、安武家先祖代々の御霊の神、石松家先祖代々の御霊の神、高橋家先祖代々の御霊の神、平野家先祖代々の御霊の神、西村家先祖代々の御霊の神、大場家先祖代々の御霊の神、村家先祖代々の御霊の神、伊藤家先祖代々の御霊の神、池田家先祖代々の御霊の神、吉高家先祖代々の御霊の神、堺家先祖代々の御霊の神、大田家先祖代々の御霊の神様に安く御礼申し上げて祭ります。秀島力松の御霊の神、秀島八宗寺姫の御霊の神、秀島無名王の御霊の神、秀島徹成政にじてるイラツオの御霊の神、Harold Aloysius Ryan、人吉にじてる牛の御霊の神、フレン、みちこ、きびまいの御心、大名の御霊の神、大坪金吉の御霊の神、湯浅久姫の御霊の神、湯浅日広牛の御霊の神、石渡春子姫の御霊の神、後藤勲牛の御霊の神、後藤智代姫の御霊の神、武田貞子姫の御霊の神、武田白牛の御霊の神、安武松太郎馬市道分け伊豆栄牛の御霊の神、安武文雄牛の御霊の神、石松又部真心道立牛の御霊の神、石松梅子真心玉津湯姫の御霊の神、高橋須磨子姫の御霊の神、大場愛子姫の御霊の神、大場正則牛の御霊の神、伊藤徳次玉和正金彦の御霊の神、伊藤公玉寺市真道ハエ姫の御霊の神、伊藤愛子彦次の御霊の神、伊藤良三玉道つくね牛の御霊の神、吉高龍右衛門伊豆心道立ね牛の御霊の神、堺春子姫の御霊の神、堺信夫牛の御霊の神、堺和子水にぎ高てる姫の御霊の神、大田玉姫の御霊の神、白田和代姫の御霊の神、清水幸喜真心三則彦の御霊の神、清水正義牛の御霊の神。ありがとうございます。植木教会のご霊前につき祭るご霊人様に厚き御礼申し上げて祭ります。オブラインファミリー、牧野家、高見家、デルウェイファミリー、先祖代々の御霊の神、ありがとうございます。 牧野義則牛の御霊の神、牧野初子姫の御霊の神、オブライエン水子当時の御霊の神、ありがとうございます。Voyageur family, Saint Mary Teresa Voyageur of Calcutta no Mitama no Kami. Briones family, James Briones no Mitama no Kami. Brooks family, Bui family, Charles Hu Hung Bui no Mitama no Kami. Bustos family, Angelica Liamor Lara Bustos no Mitama no Kami. Calhoun family, Calhoun Narai no Mitama no Kami. Korea family, Korea Noriko no Mitama no Kami. Dorman family, Bernie Dorman no Mitama no Kami. Duran family, Nozoe Ke no Senzo Daidai no Mitama no Kami. Duran Siano no Mitama no Kami. Joseph John Duran no Mitama no Kami. Frank family, Asano Ke Senzo Daidai no Mitama no Kami. Louis Asano Frank no Mitama no Kami. Fukuda Keiko no Ie no Mitama no Kami. 藤本家先祖代々の御霊の神、西域家先祖代々の御霊の神、Gilmore family, Burwell family, Bevins family, Bizzle family, Carrington family, Handy family, Hatcher family, Howes family, Nelson family, Rom family, Seville family, Spellman family, Tighe family, Wagner family, John Tighe Sr. no 御霊の神、Sarah Carrington no Mitama no Kami. Thomas Carrington no Mitama no Kami. Dara Bevins no Mitama no Kami. George Chester Bevins no Mitama no Kami. Ida Gertrude Bevins no Mitama no Kami. Henrietta Bissell no Mitama no Kami. Mary Tai no Mitama no Kami. Charles Arnold Bissell no Mitama no Kami. Nellie Evora Bevins no Mitama no Kami. Arnold Conrad Ram no Mitama no Kami. Anne Carrington no Mitama no Kami. Thomas Nelson Bevins no Mitama no Kami. Louis Edgar Bevins no Mitama no Kami. Anna Hannah Saville no Mitama no Kami. Lloyd Bevins no Mitama no Kami. Sarah Ann Tai no Mitama no Kami. Anna Tai no Mitama no Kami. Tracy Jean Bissell no Mitama no Kami. John Arthur Bissell no Mitama no Kami. Patricia Ann Burwell no Mitama no Kami. Lisa Marie Bissell no Mitama no Kami. Howard Eugene Bivens no Mitama no Kami. Robert Lowell Gilmore no Mitama no Kami. Donna Nelson no Mitama no Kami. Juiletti family. Sudo ke no senzo daidai no Mitama no Kami. Kusuki ke senzo daidai no Mitama no Kami. Sudo Suzuko no Mitama no Kami. Amerigo Anthony Giuletti no Mitama no Kami. Hekke no senzo daidai no Mitama no Kami. 平岩家先祖代々の御霊の神。平岩広の御霊の神。Hollingsworth family, Homfeld family, Horstman family, Ginsburg family, Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg の御霊の神。Isaacs family, 伊藤和子の家の御霊の神。ラカンニエータ family, アニタ・ラカンニエータの御霊の神。エドヴェン・ラカンニエータの御霊の神。Langendorfer family. Dorothy J. Langendorfer no Mitama no Kami. Lewis family. Carter Luke family. Congressman John Robert Lewis no Mitama no Kami. Lopez K no Senzo Daidai no Mitama no Kami. Holmes K Senzo Daidai no Mitama no Kami. Meek family. Beadle family. Miller family. Byers family. Rosnahan family. Spade family. Jeffrey Toshio Meek no Mitama no Kami. Joseph Elliott Meek Jr. no Mitama no Kami. Joseph Elliott Meek Sr. no Mitama no Kami. William H. Meek no Mitama no Kami. Oliver Madison Meek no Mitama no Kami. James Meek Jr. no Mitama no Kami. James Meek Sr. no Mitama no Kami. Mary Beadle. Adam Meek III no Mitama no Kami. Samuel Meek no Mitama no Kami. Adam Meek Jr. no Mitama no Kami. Jacob Meek no Mitama no Kami. Barry Lee Meek の御霊の神。Adam Meek Sr. の御霊の神。Nancy Ann Meek の御霊の神。Elizabeth Miller Meek の御霊の神。Catherine Noel Valentine Ross Nahan Spade の御霊の神。宮井家先祖代々の御霊の神。森家先祖代々の御霊の神。Fairchild Family, Harway Family, Cummings Family, Broughton Family, Cummings, 勝子、水、あやめ、舞正、オーナの御霊の神。Francis Lorraine Cummings, 鹿成、照高、沖縄の御霊の神。Claude Francis Cummings の御霊の神。Mary Broughton の御霊の神。Wayne E. Whelchel 照高国の守り牛の御霊の神。Clarence O. Whelchel の御霊の神。Pearl Edna Whelchel の御霊の神。Morris Family 浜川家先祖代々の御霊の神。Morris 玉菊の御霊の神。Alan Neil Morris の御霊の神。Olaf 家の先祖代々の御霊の神。中原家先祖代々の御霊の神。中原ペギ、白藤貞照、ハエトジの御霊の神。長島家先祖代々の御霊の神。デイベス家先祖代々の御霊の神。長島智夫の御霊の神。長島菊江の御霊の神。デイベス安子、はるか沈めの心うなの御霊の神。サハラ家先祖代々の御霊の神。坂田家先祖代々の御霊の神。堺家先祖代々の御霊の神。沖家先祖代々の御霊の神。堺ステージの御霊の神。堺京の御霊の神。堺光子わらべの御霊の神。堺幸子少女の御霊の神。園田家先祖代々の御霊の神。名家先祖代々の御霊の神。園田高一の御霊の神。Spencer Family Lady Diana Frances Spencer Princess of Wales の御霊の神。スピース家先祖代々の御霊の神。浮須家先祖代々の御霊の神。辰野家先祖代々の御霊の神。山本家先祖代々の御霊の神。Perea Family、コポスカ Family、浮須八重の御霊の神。ジョーセフ・スピーズの御霊の神。ソフィー・コポスカの御霊の神。ラバーン・パレア博士姫の御霊の神。田中清信の家の御霊の神。田中義雄の家の御霊の神。宮本喜八の家の御霊の神。大本家先祖代々の御霊の神。竹沢家先祖代々の御霊の神。野原家先祖代々の御霊の神。西尾家先祖代々の御霊の神。今津家先祖代々の御霊の神。金崎家先祖代々の御霊の神。福地家先祖代々の御霊の神。田中素直の御霊の神。田中春江の御霊の神。田中新平の御霊の神。田中重の御霊の神。ジェームズ・ジュニチ田中の御霊の神。京子今津田中の御霊の神。ノーメン田中の御霊の神。野原純日郎の御霊の神。野原真紀の御霊の神。田中夏の御霊の神。田中義雄の御霊の神。西尾静子の御霊の神。ジャック・イサム西尾の御霊の神。田中健三の御霊の神。谷口京子の家の先祖代々の御霊の神。谷口好みの家の御霊の神。谷口冬子の御霊の神。田代家伊藤千尋の家の先祖代々の御霊の神。服部家先祖代々の御霊の神。神林家先祖代々の御霊の神。若林家先祖代々の御霊の神。ミークファミリー。伊藤慶太郎の御霊の神。伊藤真希の御霊の神。伊藤千尋の御霊の神。伊藤博之の御霊の神。伊藤美幸の御霊の神。伊
伊藤悦子の御霊の神、服部静太郎の御霊の神、服部岩野の御霊の神、田代治の御霊の神、田代久子の御霊の神、田代はじめの御霊の神、田代ゆりステフニ水てる玉のり道いらつめの御霊の神、神橋陽子の御霊の神、富山系先祖代々の御霊の神、ビデッファミリー、ロエス・ビデッの御霊の神、バラサスケスファミリー、河野系先祖代々の御霊の神、飯森系先祖代々の御霊の神、アントニー・バラサスケスの御霊の神、ステラ・バラサスケスの御霊の神、飯森京野の御霊の神、バラサスケス三重の御霊の神、横塚系先祖代々の御霊の神、横塚美恵子の御霊の神、Zumwalt family, Riddlesburg family, Evans family, Schermerhorn family, Kawasaki系先祖代々の御霊の神、George Edward Zumwalt Sr. の御霊の神、Thelma Ione Zumwalt の御霊の神、Doris Edwina Zumwalt の御霊の神、Richard Irwin Zumwalt の御霊の神、George Edward Zumwalt Jr. の御霊の神、Karen Sue Zumwalt の御霊の神、Virginia Gail Schermerhorn の御霊の神、永田系先祖代々の御霊の神、浦根系先祖代々の御霊の神、沖本系先祖代々の御霊の神、永田和子の御霊の神、ランス永田の御霊の神、永田イサム正風見守り木菊沖縄の御霊の神、ケネフ沖本の御霊の神、高橋系先祖代々の御霊の神、宮本系先祖代々の御霊の神、長川系先祖代々の御霊の神、岩橋系先祖代々の御霊の神、Mead family, Ball family, Otten family, Dodson family, Dutcher family, Russell family, Birch family, Inman family, Rifle family、森里系先祖代々の御霊の神、ハブ系先祖代々の御霊の神、小垣系先祖代々の御霊の神、森本系先祖代々の御霊の神、ビーロファミリー、ワンファミリー、井田系先祖代々の御霊の神、大畑系先祖代々の御霊の神、新宅系先祖代々の御霊の神、青野系先祖代々の御霊の神、グリーンハウスファミリー、桑田系先祖代々の御霊の神、山城系先祖代々の御霊の神、日向系先祖代々の御霊の神、月山系先祖代々の御霊の神、デヘスースファミリー、福田系先祖代々の御霊の神、クレアファミリー、高橋九太郎大井夏子の御霊の神、高橋鉄大井夏目の御霊の神、高橋一太郎牛の御霊の神、高橋康次真心のりわけの御事の御霊の神、高橋進わらわおの御霊の神、高橋桜地二柱牛の二柱の御霊の神、高橋修一わらわおの御霊の神、高橋善治牛の御霊の神、高橋菊戸寺の御霊の神、高橋常子真心時は姫の御霊の神、高橋正トーマス真心道のり牛の御霊の神、高橋はじめエドウェンの御霊の神、高橋重のフランセス朝霞御心閉じの御霊の神、高橋サマー愛犬、山本朝イラツメの御霊の神、山本朝次郎の御霊の神、山本龍の御霊の神、山本杉美光真心閉じの御霊の神、山本藤土の御霊の神、山本スタンリー真心教え分け牛の御霊の神、山本花子新愛分け姫の御霊の神、エドワード・エイジ宮本の御霊の神、グレン・聖地井田美光の御霊の神、フローレンス・藤江大畑御心閉じの御霊の神、アレス・つゆこ新宅大御心閉じの御霊の神、ギルバート・青の御霊の神、青野義江ガレス閉じの御霊の神、ハブ・ユウスケの御霊の神、ハブ・ミツの御霊の神、ハブ・ノブオン・ミヒカリ・ハヤナ・ 早柳枠語の御霊の神、ハブ、正市、水穂、見光、わらおの御霊の神、ハブ、虎吉光の御霊の神、ハブ、進むの御霊の神、ハブ、ウォーレスの御霊の神、ハブ、岩、いつよし、ひさたか、大閉じの御霊の神、ハブ、ケネフ、雄一の御霊の神、森本三蔵の御霊の神、森本初の御霊の神、ハブ、ビード、グラディス、イツエ、真心、白玉、テル姫の御霊の神、ハブ、テルボ、ロレインの御霊の神、ガイ、ガス、ビード、ジュニアの御霊の神、エズラ・ルーベン・ビードの御霊の神、マーガリット・イ・ビードの御霊の神、ウィリアム・ホーデンの御霊の神、ウィリアム・ F・ ビード・シニアの御霊の神、センティア・ E・ ビードの御霊の神、メリー・ブランチ・ビードの御霊の神、カール・キャルヴィン・ビードの御霊の神、ブルース・エイブラム・ビードの御霊の神、カウベック・ファミリー、マウヒリ・ファミリー、高橋キミエの家の御霊の神、白間家先祖代々の御霊の神、ショミダ家先祖代々の御霊の神、フランシス・カウベックの御霊の神、マウヒリ・高橋キミエの御霊の神、白間・デレックの御霊の神、ショミダ・ダイアナの御霊の神、高橋キミエの御霊の神。To the revered Mitama spirits of all people related, to all related people, and to all the Mitama spirits who are seeking guidance, those who are missing, and victims of natural and human-made disasters, war, accident, terrorist attacks, crime, illnesses and diseases, and other tragic events that may have happened and are happening in the world. We, the Ohana of the Kongpo Church of San Diego, have gathered here with deepest reverence on this day, September 26, 2021, in observance of the annual Autumn Memorial Grand Ceremony, or霊德祭, to remember, honor, and pray for those whom I have named today, as you are all the foundation and support of our blessed lives. To the Mitama spirits of all Kongpo ministers and your families, we would like to thank you for your devotion as the foundation of the Kongpo faith, as well as continuously supporting us here today and every day as Mitama spirits. Your virtue shines ever so brightly in our daily lives. To the Mitama spirits of the ministers of the Kongpo churches of North America, we acknowledge the many accomplishments as well as difficulties that you have encountered and persevered throughout your endeavor in spreading the Kongpo faith in KCNA, while clinging to Tenchi Kanano Kami-sama's love. Through your dedication and consecrated work of Puritsi, we have been blessed in all aspects of our faith life, and assured us of our blessedness as we enter into the spiritual world after passing. Please continue to guide us so that we can follow the wishes of Ikami Kongpo Daiji, Tenchi Kanano Kami. To the Mitama spirits of the church believers, family members, friends, and offered names today, we are very grateful to you for your dedication in your pursuit of the Kongpo faith, as well as your perseverance in devotion to your family and community. We cannot help but to thank you for your love and faith and life. As you transform into spiritual beings, you continue to protect and guide your loved ones. Sadly, sometimes we are unable to recognize the blessings and beauty in our lives, and thus we offer our humble apologies. However, we take this opportunity to extend our wholehearted appreciation for your contribution in our blessed lives, as we now enjoy and pray you continue to guide us and keep positivity and light in our lives. You receive many blessings, favors, and interventions from Tenchi Kanano Kami-sama with their physical form, and are now receiving them as Mitama no Kami. The lives given by Tenchi Kanano Kami have continued from you to us, and us to the next generation like a mighty river. We respect and revere those lives, ourselves, and our descendants through this service. Kongpo Daijin imparted, practice faith, receive divine blessings by practicing faith. Then, not only you, but also grandchildren, great-grandchildren, and even further generations can receive divine blessings. Even the spirits of your ancestors will be able to rest in peace because you receive divine blessings through your practice of faith. The blessings you have received stay with you forever. Therefore, you should build as large a foundation of blessings as possible during your lifetime. Let us keep this teaching close to our hearts so that we can continue to practice faith for ourselves, our ancestors, and for future generations to come. We would like to express our gratitude to you, Mitama no Kami-sama. You are always looking over and guiding us. Thus, your workings are revealed to all of us daily as we walk with you in life and communicate with you through prayer. We nurture the mutual relationship, that special and divine bond between us. Mahalo. We pray that bond continues to grow and shine ever so brightly. We reverently acknowledge that through the love and virtue of Ikigami Honko Daijin Sama, Tenchi Kanen no Kami-sama, and all the Mitama spirits, that we are allowed to live and enjoy our blessed lives. And for that, we are grateful. This morning, we would like to remember and honor those who passed away in the month of September. Wailuku Kyokai Shodai, founding minister of the Wailuku Church, Reverend Takio Nakai. Waipaku Kyokai Shodai Fujin, the founding minister's wife of the Waipaku Church, Sonoda Sueka Koji no Mitama no Kami. Hiro Kyokai Sandai Kyokai Jo, third head minister of the Hiro Church, Nagai Makio no Mitama no Kami. Tanaka Shinpei no Mitama no Kami. Hattori Shizutaro no Mitama no Kami. Anthony Velasquez. Virginia Gail Schermerhorn no Mitama no Kami. We offer a special prayer of appreciation to the following spirits celebrating honorary years. Hiro Kyokai Sandai Kyokai Jo Nagai Makio no Mitama no Kami, 1 year. Virginia Gail Schermerhorn no Mitama no Kami, 10 years. On behalf of all today, we thank all of you for continuing to watch, guide, and protect your descendants. Dear pioneers and natives who are the foundation and strength of California and the United States, we acknowledge you and the hardships you endured in order to survive and create a future for generations to come. We honor and admire your courage and determination, and pray that your descendants will continue to rise up and bring pride to not only you, but your respective nations. We also pray for the deceased spirits who are seeking salvation, to whom nobody prays for, and to those who have experienced suffering from wars, accidents, crime, terrorism, natural disasters, illnesses, and diseases, for their tachiyuki, or eternal peace and happiness, with Tenchi Kano Kami's love, blessings, intercessions, and favors. Please enter the bosom of our parent Kami. Seek Honko Daijin's Toritsugi. Practice true faith. Receive true okage and find salvation and joy. Dear Reverend Norikazu Yukawa, we honor you as the foundation of this church. However, we know that this church would not be in existence without your father, the late Reverend Shigeru Yukawa, and more importantly, your grandfather, the late Reverend Yasuharu Yukawa. Thus, from this day moving forward, we shall honor and remember our foundation by reciting the Shodai O Sensei Haishi. By not doing so, the roots of our foundation withers, and we have nothing to stand on. We apologize that we have not done this sooner, and ask that you continue to guide us to receive true okage and practice true faith. To the beloved spirits of our ancestors and believers, as well as the Mitama spirits, please accept the offerings placed before you today, as well as the tamakushi, as an expression of our everlasting gratitude, love, and prayer for your workings, light, virtue, and michitate. Dear Mitama no Kami-sama, please continue to protect, guide, and enrich not just us, but also your descendants, other family members, and friends. Guide your descendants to the Hiromai for Toritsugi and healing, a renewal or a birth of their faith. We continue to pray that you will practice faith with us daily, so that our aura and light can continue to shine ever so brightly. Imashi Mitama no Kami Tachihashi, Higami Honko Daijin Toritsugi no Mikage o Komuri, Waga Michi no Todoki Mitama no Kami, 信奉者らのくしき御霊の神と満ちたたしめたまいて、談義に礼拝しなべての人々の上に、安心立ち行きの見影こむらしめたまい、我が金光教北米区域サンディエゴ教会を守り導きたまい、神と愛をかけよの生活運動を進め、神と人と愛をかけよで立ち行くあり方を主体に権限すると、ご神願成就の役に立たしめたまうべく、御霊ながら勘取り次ぎ勘導きたまえと、かしこみも回す。Now, please raise your heads.一度共に入れ four sincere claps along with the head officiant. Please open your prayer books to page 36 for Sosen Sanji. よよのおやは我が家の神、我が神と心尽くして、いつきまつらんな心尽くして、いつきまつらんなとうと君よやんの神たちよ海の本のために、家の柱を沈めたてたまい、初本のために世のなりわいを守り助けたまい、隔離世の見えぬ境にましませども、右つくしみの御心は映しよに変わらせたまわず先見たまのまさきくさきは言えたまい、くしみたまのくしみに海たまいて志は薪の柱の動きなくなりわいは結ぶつなめのゆるびなくま心ひよらんに励みつとめしめたまい、うからやからやわらぎやいて 金に剣にゆらやすく楽しましめたまい、ついに移し世のことをべて、神の御門に参らん時には必ずしも迎え取りたまい、右つくしにおこぬらしめたまわんものと、神の実りの絶えなるを確かにかたじけなみ、みおやの恵みのおぼろげならぬを嬉しみ喜び申すことを、御心もすずやかにきこしめしたまえと申す。あなくしみのみおやのみたま、あなくしみのみおやのみたま、あなことのみおやの神、あなことのみおやの神。一度入れ for sincere claps。一度入れ for sincere claps。浜田好きかけて祈らなよ世の親、親の御親の神の支配を。浜田好きかけて祈らなよ世の親、親の御親の神の支配を。一度入れ for sincere claps。入れ for sincere claps。Recitation of Tenchi Katsuke, page 6. ひがみ金光大臣天地金の神一心に願え、おかげは我が心にあり、今月今日で頼め。Pray sincerely with all your heart. Be one with Kami. Kami's blessings begin within, hearts grateful and caring, harmony and joy. Pray to Kami always, now and look to Kami always, now and forever, on this very day. Pray. Oración de Tenchi Kakitsuke. A través de Ikigami Konko Daijin, orea Tenchi Kane no Kami, con todo el corazón. A través de Ikigami Konko Daijin, orea Tenchi Kane no Kami,
con todo el corazón. La gracia divina depende del corazón de cada uno. La gracia divina depende del corazón de cada uno. Ora en este momento. Ora en este momento. Prayer of the Konkokyo Religious Organization. By drawing on Kyoso-sama's story of faith between Kami and himself as our base, let us weave his story into our individual stories of faith between Kami and ourselves. Additionally, let us connect the 150 years of the sacred reminder to that of Kyoso-sama's 150 years. To do this, let us practice A, engaging in dialogue with Kami, B, turning our focus to the workings of the Hiromai, and C, affirming our bond with Kami-sama through the movement to have a mutual reliant and fulfilling relationship between Kami and humanity. Haire. Thank you very much, everyone, for attending today's service. Woo! My knees, sorry, I kind of lost feeling in my legs sitting for that long. But it happens, and I think we're all used to it. But thank you, everyone, for attending. Today I wanted to talk, especially today, I wanted to share, I think if you got to see the beginning, the introductions, I added an extra picture in there today of the Duran family's grave, Mr. and Mrs. Duran. I don't know who they are. I know many of you know who they are. I've never met them. I know their daughter works for San Diego Unified School District. That's all I know. And that's about it. But, I made a promise when I came here. I wanted to follow what my spiritual mentor does. Reverend Wack, she did before they moved to New Jersey. And I wanted to follow in the same footsteps, that once a month to be able to go to all the graves. And I shared with all of you that, it's got to the point that I have to kind of split the days up. So east to west is one day, and south to north is another day. And it's done once. I try to do it once a month as best as I can. And when I learned of where the Durans, where Mr. and Mrs. Duran was located, that's out in Riverside. I thought, gosh, I don't know how I can get out there monthly, because that's kind of, I'm from an island, so everything's far from me. But it's on the farther side, so I wasn't quite sure what to do. And so I made a promise to Mrs. and Mr. and Mrs. Duran that I would visit their grave twice a year, in March and in September. I wanted to make sure that I visited them and said hello and did prayers in front of their grave. And that's, I'm so grateful that since I made that commitment, which was if I'm correct, I made that commitment in September of 2019, I've kept to that commitment. I think, our Kyo-sama taught us something very important. He taught us in the following teaching, he taught us immortality is important for humans. Immortality is when others keep praying for you after you die. And this is in the second Gorikai Kondo Tsuru, teaching 1. Let me repeat this teaching again. Immortality is important for humans. Immortality is when others keep praying for you after you die. This teaching is so critical, is so essential. And it becomes the foundation for why, many churches have monthly memorial services, why we all do this fall and spring memorial service. This is the foundation for that. Because in this teaching, Honpo Daiji says, if there is such thing as immortality, then there is something called ultimate death. That you are truly dead after you die. Think about it. The teaching reads, immortality is important for humans. Immortality is when others keep praying for you after you die. The fact that we keep remembering these people, the fact that we honor these people monthly, daily in our lives, and during these autumn and fall, these autumn and spring services, these people are still immortal. All of these individuals. And so are the Durads. We honor them. We honor their family spirits through our monthly services. The spirits of those who passed away, like Mr. and Mrs. Spees, Stephanie, Dr. Miyai, the Ito family, the Tashiro family, Mrs. Davis. We remember them all. Mrs. Clemmings, we remember each and one of them every day and during our services, and they live on forever. I don't know, someone's being very rude and calling me. Hold on, I'm gonna turn this right off. But sorry, that was really bad. I should have put the thing on. That's huge. That is a very huge thing for all of us to remember. And so, I think all of you know that since I've come, every year something happens and dealing with Mitama. And I remember that first year I arrived, it was about Hideshima Sensei as well as Suiko O'Brien. About these two. Next, it was Mr. and Mrs. Tanaka, and I forgot who the other person was. There was another person who just happened to be a part that it seemed like the Mitama kept calling out to me and figuring things out. Well, this year, last year, I discovered where Mrs. Mrs. Morris was, because we've often talked about her. No one knew where she was buried. Nobody knew who did her service, great funeral services. And so last year, I really took the time and I prayed to Kami-sama. I said, Kami-sama, every time I try to look, I end up at a dead end. Can you open up that dead end for me? Because I don't know. And everyone has spoken about her, said nice things about. I don't know who this woman is, but I'd like to find her, and I'd like to honor her. I'd like to visit her grave. So last year, as that was part of my prayer, I found Mrs. Morris. I found her, and she, unbeknownst to I think many people, she had her eldest son passed away 5 days after Mrs. Morris gave birth. Tamakiku Morris gave birth to her son. That I don't know Mrs. Morris, but that really affects me. And her son was buried at Arlington National Cemetery. And it makes sense why she is buried at Arlington National Cemetery. So this week, I'm going to pay homage and visit Arlington National Cemetery. I'm not going for a whole week. I'm not going for a vacation. Sorry, there's squirrels out there who scared me. Woo! Anyway, I'm going to go visit her, and this is not a vacation. This is to visit her. But what was interesting, though, is last night as I was preparing for all of this, I just thought, hey, I don't know. Maybe I have a family member who is at Arlington National Cemetery. Let's find out. And I searched under my mom's maiden name, which is Beedle, B-E-E-D-L-E. By the way, I'm part white, part Japanese. And the name popped out, Bruce Abram Beedle. And the name Abram is very infamous in the Beedle family because that name, either in the form of Abram or Abraham, there's many, many, many people who have that middle name or first name. I said, well, I don't know if this is really him, but that Abram makes me think that we could be related. So I researched it, and I kept researching. It took me about a full hour of research until I found the common person that we had in common. I said, wait, let's go up one more. Let's go up one more than this. And then I found it. Mary Meek. Mary Meek. By the way, I'm a Meek as well. And I learned that my very first Mitama Matsuri here in San Diego, we learned that Mrs. Tashiro's cousin's husband and I are related because he's a Meek and I'm a Meek as well. Her cousin's son, who passed away very young, her cousin's son from this level, 6 times great-grandfather, is my 8 times great-grandfather. We have the same great-grandfather, but just at a different level. He's a 6, I'm 8. So we're related. This person, this Bruce Abram Beadle and I are related. It's as if I was being called, like, Todd, you have a relative there. Take this time and go visit them. There was a member in Hawaii, this past March I talked about this, who thought it was so silly, so just, in her own words, this is stupid and a waste of time, using this individual's words, to recite the names of each of the ancestors, to recite each of those names. She thought it was so stupid and a complete waste of time. What makes me shocked about this person saying this is because she comes from a church that truly honors the Mitama spirit. I mean, if you see what this church does in regards to the Mitama spirits, they truly honor them. And so you can imagine how shocked I was for her to hear those words of the word stupid and a waste of time come out of her mouth. And then someone told me, why bother going to these graves? Todd said, you only spend a few minutes there. And I thought to myself, it's a few minutes. Yes, I only spend a few minutes at each grave because there's a number of them. And they're separated. But when I think about family, when I think about ohana, when we make that effort to go and visit our ohana, I can only imagine how happy and joyful they were. I remember the first time I prayed in front of Mrs. O'Brien's grave. I don't know what was going on. It's as if something took hold of me, entered me, and I began crying. And the first was the Reizen Haishi. I got the words out, but the moment the Sosen Sanji started to call, the words could not come out of my mouth. My mind was intact. I knew what I was thinking. I said, Todd, what's going on? Why are you crying? Why are the words not coming out of your mouth? This does not make sense. And yet my body is acting differently and my mind is thinking something completely different. And I realized this was Mrs. O'Brien saying thank you, showing her gratitude through me, using my body. And I felt so ever grateful for that. And I know that even if it's just for a few moments, that few moments means such a great deal to those who have passed away. I may not know who Mrs. O'Brien is. I may not know who Tamakiku Morris is. I may not know who Mr. and Mrs. Valastaskis is. Well, I kind of do now. I know Dick Spees. I don't know Mr. Horseman. I don't know the Ito family, but I know who Stephanie is. But I don't doubt that they see that I'm taking this time. I want to take this time. I want to. Because I believe this is so important. And so I ask of you, each of you, in your everyday lives, to take that moment of time, a small moment of time, even if it's 1 minute, just to sit in front of your altar and say, good morning, good night, how you doing? Thank you, I love you, I just came home. Remember your ancestors. Practice this faith so that your descendants will continue to practice this. Even though there may not be Kongo Kyo, teach them, show them by examples how your ancestors can live on eternally versus experiencing the true death, which is not remembering them at all. Every time I go to the Valastaskis grave, I look out and see this beautiful ocean in front of me. On a clear day, you can see some, I don't know what they're called, but there's some islands on the, I guess it's south. And I was told they belong to Mexico, but I'm not sure. You can see some islands on a really clear day. And I often ask myself, how often do people come to the grave of their loved ones here at Fort Rosecrans? So I asked Mr. and Mrs. Velasquez, do you mind if I share this prayer with all the people here? And not just with you? Because I don't know if their descendants come and visit them often. I guess I've grown up always having that in my heart, always honoring the ancestors in my heart, that it means a great deal to me. Going to the grave was so easy for me to do because it was very close to church. So I could go there, I could clean the grave once a week, pray before my ancestors. It's something I grew up with. It's all I know. And so I ask of all of you to do the exact same thing. Not just on the autumn memorial services, not just for the monthly memorial service, not just for the spring memorial services, but every single day. Ask them to be with you, to guide you, to protect you. Ask them to practice faith with you. Allow them to live with you. With that, I would like to end today's service because this is a long service, especially that side. But please know that next month we will have our monthly service, which will be, I don't have my phone because the phone is using the Instagram thingy. So please check the email that I sent out. But next month we will have both the Tenchi Kano Kami Grand Ceremony. Oh, I'm sorry, Tenchi Kano Grand Ceremony is on Sunday, October 10th. And then we will have our October memorial service, monthly memorial, on the fourth Sunday of October. And please be careful. I had to switch our dates in November because Whittier's Grand Ceremony was switched from the 13th to the 14th. So please be careful. Watch the schedule because we had to switch the timing, and I had to switch ours so that I could be in Whittier to help them for their Grand Ceremony. With that, thank you very much, all of it. I'm so sorry for the technical difficulties. I'm really just trying something different, and I don't know what happened in the middle where it went blank. Even my screen went blank, so I'm not sure what happened, but I sincerely apologize for that. But thank you, each and every one of you, for attending today's service. Please, please, please make that effort. And for those of you who are doing the 30-day shigyo, please, I encourage you to keep it up. I have found it so beneficial. I have found such a new joy. I have found toritsugi again. Granted, it's in another language, but it's kind of made me feel so much better. So please, 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 I encourage you to keep it up. We have about 2 more weeks until our grand ceremony, and I look forward to learning what you learned about yourselves. But remember, with this check sheet, it's not about, this training period is not about ending what you started. It's about continuing what you started, not ending it, continuing it for the rest of your life as part of your daily faith practice. So thank you, everyone. I shall see you next time at our Godai side. Our guest speaker, Reverend Mitsuko Yasutaki of the Konko Church of Shihongo. I hope you'll enjoy her sermon. I hope you'll enjoy her. She is such a wonderful, wonderful person. I love this woman to death. But please take care. Please stay safe. And we shall see you next month. Ahui ho ma lama pono. Bye-bye. And don't forget to do the survey. Don't forget to do the survey. Thank you. Oh, there we go.